morning with my man RT and Biggie over there.
Yes,
as you can see, it's the last week of high school football. It's been a great season. We're going to talk about who's in and who's getting ready for the banquet. What's going on this morning, guys?
Man, not much. But I'll tell you what, there has been a lot that has been going on in football at all levels this past weekend, whatever you want to call it. But there's a lot to talk about.
Well, Biggie, let's don't waste no time because we
All
got
right.
my man RT sitting to the side of me, and I know he's ready to get this going because, hey, his baby boy's back there, back on the field, representing them Carl Albert Titans, and they're just looking for number 6, and he's going to try to help them get that number 6. Right now, as you can see, they're on a 7-game, 8-game winning streak. What you guys on right now?
I want to say 7, because Western Heights they
threw in the
canceled
towel.
out. Nah, they didn't have enough kids, I guess.
How you not have enough kids, RT? It's high school football.
I understand that, but think of it this way. COVID slowed a lot of things down. Then there's injuries, and then if they're struggling in the classroom or getting in trouble, you put all of that together, man, and it's tough. I mean, it was tough on us at the beginning of the year.
Well, I understand that, RT, but for 2 years in a row, they have not had a football season. To me, I think you have handicapped those kids that are juniors and seniors that might have had a chance to go play college ball somewhere, but the last 2 years, they have not done nothing but play wiffle ball. So, I mean, what do you guys think about that before we get this show popping? Because to me, I think it's not fair for these guys over at Western Heights. If you knew you wasn't going to have a season, you should have been able to let those guys do an open transfer to UConn, anywhere that's close to them out that way, Mustang. You know what I'm saying? I mean, to me, it's not fair for those young men. And I know people talk about hardship, but I still think it's fair for those guys. So, OSSA, if you're watching this show, hook those guys up because I think they got a short end of the stick of not having a high school football team for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you guys think about that?
You got a good point. Some of those kids, they don't get to play ball after high school, and some of them, that's their way out to get a free education.
Yes, sir.
So I can definitely see it that, but COVID these last 2 years, that's all I can say. You get a few that drop out due to that, scared of that, which you got to respect that because that is something serious, and then other things, injuries and things like that.
We're losing logos. We're losing internet. I guess, November is hit, and it's getting chilly out here.
Man.
So you guys can see we got the fireplace going. We're representing that Jones Green. One, not for the Jones Longhorn High School, but for the Jones Longhorn 6th grade team. As
I
we
see
take
him.
You see
That's
him.
the bus right here.
The
Eli.
bus was, Eli was on the show
right
last
there.
week
I see him.
representing. Hey, I got the hat on today, folks. We take on Omogi tomorrow.
The only team that beat y'all,
Only
right?
team that beat us.
According to Eli. Y'all,
Hey,
y'all gonna get some get back.
We got some get back. We put a couple new little packages in, and so I don't know what's going on, Big E.
I think there's something wrong with the Wi-Fi.
The Wi-Fi is down.
Don't worry about it.
HR Jessica must not have paid the bill. That's on her. So we would take that with her, and she would be probably on suspension for a couple of days. But well, back to it though. We take on Omogi. We got one of our linebackers back. Baker, young man that was out the first game, had broke his wrist. Now he's back. I think we're cooking and got everything going right now. I'm confident that we'll go beat Omogi because when I took over the team and helped join the team, that was on my second game. So all the offense wasn't installed, but right now I feel like I'm Norm Child. I'm going to throw the ball on you. I'm going to run the ball on you. I'm going to do everything that I want to do against you, Omogi. I'm coming to get you. I'm keeping it 100. Right. So I'm going to guarantee a chicken dinner that Jones Longhorns will win 6th grade, and we'll be playing next week at the new stadium, new turf they put in for Coach Mart. I don't know if his boys going to get a gold ball this year, but I guarantee 6th grade will.
Okay.
Woo!
So it sounds like me and Big E, we going to have to we probably need to find a way to go live out there and see Tony and Eli and the Longhorns do their thing.
That'd be dope.
Hey, you come and represent us, man. I think I'm going to tell the parents next week, let's go green out.
Green
most
out.
people like to do white out. We're going to go green out.
Green.
And I appreciate those boys giving me that helmet, man. That meant a lot to me, man, being their first year coaching these guys, man. They got me a helmet, man, with all their names on it. They got their names, number, and even somebody even keep it 100 on it. I like that because that means they're watching the show.
Yep.
And that's what the show's all about, these young guys, because at the end of the day, we're going to be covering these young men, and they're going to go from 6th graders to middle school to high school. And some of these names you're already going to know out there, like the Eli the Buzz, like Cade and his brother Derek, the quarterback and tailback.
Yes, sir.
I tell you, every one of those kids want me to name their names. I can go down the line and name every one of them, and I might miss somebody, so somebody's gonna be upset. But Keegan, I finally said your name on the show, boy. You better go show out playing that defensive tackle. You better take care of business. I called your name out, Keegan. I will say, I did work on angle pursuit with these young men. So, last game, Omogi got a little tailback that's quick as hell. I can say that because it's my show. Quick as snot. Maybe I should say that. But he broke one. But guess what?
What's that?
We gonna tame him.
Okay.
We're going to have him locked up.
All right.
We're going to shut him down.
Okay.
All right.
Because it's like Bobby Brown.
It's going to be green now, right?
Green out.
Green.
So, next Saturday, bring out your leprechaun green.
Okay. Where's me go?
And where's me go? And you come support them Longhorn horns. That's weird doing that.
It is weird.
But it's okay because it's for the Longhorn horns.
Oh, okay.
Not for Texas. And poor Kendall Thompson. Boy, I'm telling you. It's struggling. They struggling.
Hey, they got a first-year head coach. I mean, you can't come in there.
That's excuses. That's excuses.
Have you heard about that monkey incident that they had?
Talk to me, Big E, because, hey, the college is yours. So talk to us.
I guess.
Bring it.
During Halloween, one of the Texas coaches, I think it's their special teams coach.
He dressed up like a monkey?
No.
Oh, what did he do?
He has a pet monkey.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, Big E.
But the pet monkey done bit a kid.
Oh, he bit a kid?
Yeah.
What kind of kid? Like a student or a baby kid?
Baby kid.
Well, that kid should have been playing with that monkey.
I don't know. I don't know how a monkey. I don't know.
It's going crazy.
Them Longhorns are weird, man. I don't know. They be having
you got pro guys driving 156 miles per hour.
Yeah,
drunk.
That's unfortunate.
Why?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
A guy with that much talent, his second year in the league, and now you have ruined your career because you're gonna go to jail. You ain't gonna have no money because that family's gonna sue every little penny that you got. And that's the thing, we talk about it, man, even on the Coach Jones show. Sometimes these guys, man, they get this stuff and they don't know how to act when they get money. Be the same person like you was when you didn't have any money.
But
talk to me, RT.
That's the things. Everyone has different upbringing, so a lot of that has to do with your support system. If your support system is not educating you and preparing you for these obstacles, you're not going to be ready for that. And if you got one of those, older, let's say aunts, uncles, parents, or whatever, that like to party and they're just pushing you to party, spend the money.
Yeah.
What you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah, but
it's unfortunate because someone passed, and like you said, more than likely he's gonna his future is not gonna be as bright as it was prior to that accident.
RT, I don't think he'll never play another down in NFL football. I mean, just seriously. I think he has a DUI. I mean, he got a DUI. He crashed the car. The car burnt up. I mean, to me, that's just been why you got that much money. Why not call an Uber? Yeah. I got my own Uber. Uber Steve is my guy. Call a Lyft. Call a taxi. Call a friend. Call a coach. But come on, man, you got to be smarter than that. But that's what happens. You get this power. You get this money in your back pocket, and that money don't last forever. Iverson spent over $2 million some dollars, $200 million. He's broke.
Yeah.
What do you do with your money? Guys got to be smart. So you young men and women that's out there listening to this show, be smart. Put that money back. Ryan Boyles is one of the smartest guys that, he played in the league a couple years, but I guess what? He got all his money still because
I think he's making more money now than he was in the league with all that real estate he's doing.
But he invested his money right, though.
Yeah.
He didn't go. Kelly Gregg's another guy. Played 14 years in the NFL. Guess what? He took all his money and put it back. Kelly said good. Even though he's on a sports channel, he's still doing well. But some of these guys, I got to go get this chain. I got to go get this car. I got to go get this and this and this and this. And guess what? At the end of the day, you're broke. Yeah. I got to work another 10 to 15 years for me to live comfortable. I mean, I've been in 20 years at my job, but I still got to work another 10 to 15 to be comfortable.
Right.
And I put a lot of it back in my 401k. But, hey, at the end of the day, you want to live. But these guys got so much money. I mean, give me a $5 million contract. I'm going to live like a king.
Yeah.
I'm going to go get me about a $200,000, $300,000 home, probably buy me one nice car, make sure all my mama's stuff is paid off. But, hey, I'm going to live comfortable. But these guys think they got to go get everything, and that's what's wrong. So that's why these kids that look up to these NFL players, NBA players, that, hey, I got to be like them. I got to have all this.
Yeah.
Sometimes those are not the great role models. It's the guy that's the average Joe might be the best role model.
Yeah.
So let's get into college football. Let's talk about the Sooners. Let's talk about Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what's going on with the Big 12, how they're doing people wrong. How does OU finish number 8?
Man.
With no losses, you got a team, Alabama, that got beat by Texas A&M. That's a team that's lost 2 games. And you got Oregon that has 1 loss in front of OU. But I'm going to tell you why that is, folks. I'm going to tell you why that is.
Why is that?
Because OU, every time they get there, they do what? They choke. You get there, but you don't finish it.
Yeah.
You got to finish the deal. You can't get there and not finish the deal because people get tired of putting you in. And guess what? You don't finish the deal. Yeah. So it makes it harder on these guys that's writing and voting and trying to get them in. Dude, they're number 8. 8.
So if you had the opportunity to see them, what would that be?
Where would I put them at?
Yeah,
I probably would have had them at number 5 or 6.
What you think?
I think I'd have them right there at 5 or 6 too.
What do you think?
6.
And that's a good deal. You know, now they got to win out because, hey, they get one hiccup, they're not going to be like Alabama. They're not going to stay in the top 10. They're going to be out looking in.
It depends on who that hiccup is. If Old State, the Cowboys, if they continue to win and do not lose a game prior to Bedlam,
not going to happen.
Not going to happen.
I believe you say. Oh, you think they're going to lose another one?
No, I don't think. I think if they lose to Bedlam, they're not going to get in. If they lose to Oklahoma State, they're not going to get in.
I don't think they're going to lose, but let's say they do.
They're not getting in.
They're not. I don't think OU gets in.
You think we can get that back up, or is it dead?
I think it's dead. It says it's not protecting the network. It has to be connected to Wi-Fi to work. So.
Oh, my God. What's wrong with my Wi-Fi today? Oh, my God. They're going to talk about us today. But, no, I don't think they're going to get in. Oklahoma State had a little hiccup, against Iowa State. Yeah. I mean, that's just a tough game, though. And OU still got Iowa State. But Iowa State turns around, beat Oklahoma State, and turns around and get beat next week to West Virginia.
Yeah.
It's crazy how this stuff goes, man. But it's college football. That's why you go play every Friday night. It's like high school football, man. You're going to have some great matchups here in the playoffs, man. I'm talking about some of the first round games are going to be like championship games.
Yeah.
Or semifinal games, So, you got to bring your A game. If you slip and you think, hey, I'm going to go in because this team's number 4, guess what? You might not see the next week. You might not see round 2. Yeah. So, hey, but we can talk about a little bit more about college football before we switch over to high school.
Yeah. OU played Texas Tech, and they played their most complete game, I think, all season. If you take away that one nobody team that they played second game of the year, but Caleb Williams went off. I mean, he had.
Can you say Heisman?
Man, I'm a huge Sooner fan, but I'm also realistic. I think that running back from Michigan State should get the Heisman.
No, that young man had a hell of a weekend. Yeah. He did.
So do y'all think Williams at least get the invite?
I think he should get the invite.
I think he'll be in New York when it's all said and done. He'll be there, but I think it's either going to be that Alabama quarterback or that.
But Big E, I'm going to debate you on this because you talk about the guy from Michigan State, but what happens when they get beat by Ohio State? They're going to lose. They're not going to make it to the Big Ten championship game, so they're going to lose a couple games.
I disagree.
And everybody, no.
Michigan State's the real deal.
No,
I really think they are.
Ohio State might be. Hey, Ohio State had that hiccup at the beginning of the year against Oregon.
No. Did you see that Ohio State quarterback play last week? Missing wide open targets, hitting them wide.
He's young. He's a freshman.
Okay, and that's why I think Michigan State will win.
But I'm talking about Michigan. No, they won't win.
We can put a chicken sandwich on
that.
Hey, we can put a chicken. We can put a Big Mac on it.
All right.
I love that Big Mac sauce.
But, yeah, so Caleb Williams had over 400 yards passing and 6 touchdowns.
6 touchdowns.
The most by a freshman quarterback at OU. And then most touchdowns by any OU quarterback since Kyler Murray in I think it was 2019. 2018.
But guy's a real deal. But it was good to see Spencer Rattler get in and throw that little touchdown.
Yep. What a throw that was!
I tell you, that helps his draft stock. He ain't going to the league, but it helped him in the transfer portal. Somebody's going to want to pick him up because I just don't think he's ready for the NFL.
I mean, the skill set's there. I mean, he has it. I think it's I really think it's just an attitude issue. I think it was something wrong with his mental and his attitude. But I think, sitting behind Caleb Williams and watch your job get taken and watch him do what he's doing. And, he's sitting in the Heisman conversation when everybody else says that you were supposed to be. I mean, you open the season and you're the Heisman front runner.
Yeah.
You go from Heisman front runner to a second string quarterback. And then now that quarterback that's playing above you is in the Heisman conversation. I mean, that's got to humble a guy a lot.
Yeah.
So hopefully he learned his lesson. And really, when he transfers, I wish him all the respect and well wishes and everything, man.
Yeah.
I mean, I want him to succeed, but yeah, I mean, I think Caleb Williams is the guy, and plus, I mean, you got more 5-star top-rated quarterbacks coming into OU, so I mean, I think the quarterback situation isn't the quarterback situation is never a worry for OU and the OU fans, because I mean, you think about historically, I mean, you talk about the Josh Heupels, the Jason Whites, Sam Bradford, Baker, Kyler. I mean, so many quarterbacks that have had very successful college career, and a few of them going on to the next level and having good careers. But yeah, and then Oklahoma State.
Homecoming.
Yep, homecoming. They call it what? America's Best Homecoming, something like that.
It's a good time. It's Halloween, homecoming, man. That's the way to go out and party, man. If you're gonna go party, I mean, that's just the best way to do it, because I mean, it's a good time, man. To get out there. I know old Jeff Roberson got a little bit of game.
Yeah. Jason Taylor had another pick.
Yes,
he did.
I mean, I tell you, that kid right now, all he's doing is helping his draft stock go up. Yeah. I'd love to have him on the show, but I know right now he's kind of busy. I did run into a kid I used to coach, man, this weekend, and he is going to come on the show. He's not a football guy. He only played football 1 year, and he played for me. It's old Matt Kemp, so got to see him Saturday.
Major League Baseball player.
Man. So he was home watching his nephew play some little basketball. He's living up in Dallas. He said he got a little barbecue business going, so he's doing well. Matt's one of those guys that, man, that always do. It's always been a business, man. Even when he's with the Dodgers, he's with the Gap. A guy that's is really well off. But if you saw Matt Kemp, he just dressed regular. He ain't in no three-piece suit. He ain't got no $500 Jordans on his feet. He just him. And he's always been that guy. He grew up over here at Steed Elementary, went to Mill City. Me and him kind of talked about, people got mad at him a couple weeks ago because he doesn't get back to Mill City all the time. But, he has his personal reasons for that. And I respect that, because that's why he keeps his stuff 100, and that's why we keep this show 100. So, yeah, we will bring him on. I'll probably wait till after playoffs, though, but I think it'd be fun to talk to a guy like him that should make it to the Hall of Fame for baseball.
Definitely.
Done a lot of good things for baseball, the Major League, just a stand-up guy. The guy's never – I think the baddest thing he might have ever done in his whole career was dating Rihanna. So that might be the baddest thing he's ever done. But, she ain't a bad thing. She's just a bad girl compared to him being a good guy.
Just slide me her number.
Slide me her number.
Right, yeah.
But I'll just tell you, though, man, this show's going to be hot. And we'll come back after one of our what?
After one of our sponsors.
And we'll talk about what's going down tonight.
Yes,
Here we go. Be right back after one of our sponsors.
Man, Dad, all this crazy weather has gotten our roof and gutters all messed up.
Good thing we know some guys over at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters. They can inspect and repair your roof and gutters and get in contact with your insurance company in 72 hours or less.
Call Jay Hunt at Rain Down Roofing and Gutters at 405-473-0674. No job is too big or too small for Rain Down Roofing and Gutters.
Welcome back to Keeping It 100 Oklahoma High School Sports. Before we start talking about this week and the playoffs and everything, we all want to send our condolences over to Coach Knox, legendary girls Hera basketball coach, just passed away this week, and we just wanted to send our condolences to him and his family, and
yes, sir.
Wishing them peace throughout this loss and all that. So condolences to the Knox family and everybody involved, and the Hera family and whatever other kids and schools he was involved with. So, but yeah, with that being said,
he was a great coach.
Yeah,
I know he touched a lot of young ladies, and got them to the next level. So, like I said, bounce off what he said, it's a tough loss. The prayers would keep it 100. We'll be here, and so good luck to his family and everything they're going through right now. So that's it. Yeah.
And then, with that being said, getting into this week and what we got going on. Really, 6A playoffs are pretty much set as far as you look at it. I think the only game in 6A is in small 6A that can determine seeding. I think.
Is that Mustang?
Let me pull up the rankings we got real quick.
Don't they got a tough game tonight?
Let's see. Mustang, they play Moore tonight, and man, I mean, you really hate to see it. Moore having that really strong start to the season, and then they just kind of fell apart in the middle in district play, and now looks like they're probably not going to make it.
Yeah,
no, because Norman North going to take that spot.
Yeah, Norman North's going to handle business against Southmore, and then I really think Mustang will beat Moore, and then Mustang will lock up that second seed.
Well, you got to give it up to one Coach Hill. You know what he did with Moore at the beginning of the year. I mean, they got hot, you know, and they look good, you know, beating both more teams. But, you know, we kind of talked about on the show, and what we do here is keep it 100. You know, was they for real or was they pretenders, or, you know, did everybody just kind of catch the format, how to beat them? And so, you know, it's bad because you start off with 6-0, and then you lose, and, you know, those first preseason games don't really mean nothing. I know it's good that, you know, everybody wants to go undefeated and this and that, but, you know, at the end of the day, it's about winning those district games, and you don't win those district games, and you play some tough teams. But it just kind of tells you, hey, you know, all three more schools are not where they need to be because none of them's going to make the playoffs. You know, Southmore is probably going to go 0-10, Zoe's going to go 2-8, and then Moore sitting at what, maybe 6-4, 5-5, where they're going to end up at, you know, and put all three schools together. They don't have a winning record, so you know, good luck to Coach Hill. You know, hopefully he can get it turned around. I know he got some young guys coming back. You know, with the running back and then Wolf, and then, you know, I'm pretty sure you'll have a couple kids come and pop in because what you did this year. Hopefully Zoe can get it turned around, and him and Coach Norman both can get it turned around, because right now, I mean, it's kind of struggling over there, and it's tough, man. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to go to the playoffs, man. Especially being a senior. You know, not getting to go to the playoffs, it has to be tough, man. I never had to deal with that when I was at the, you know, MC, them Bombers. You know, we never had to deal with that. You know, either we made it to the playoffs or made it to the semifinals or finals. But, you know, if you're
speaking of the Bombers, they didn't make it either.
The Bombers didn't make it either. RT wanted to throw a shot at me. But, hey, Coach Hall, hope you can get it turned around. You know, granted, if Coach Hall comes back or whatever they decide to do, you know, I don't know. I'm just keeping it 100, but I just tell you, you know, you got to get that program back to where it used to be, man. It's one of the top-notch programs in the state of Oklahoma, and you're not getting in the playoffs, and you're not winning. And I mean, they changed their whole offense to a Army, Navy, whatever they went to. I don't think you can do that in this time and age. You know, I didn't know Irvin got hurt. I guess he broke his collarbone. So,
did he?
You know,
he's DJ was hurt.
Yeah. So he's out. You know, even if they would have made it, he's out. So, you know, and then he's a baseball guy. So hopefully he comes back to football next year. You know, once you get an injury like that, man, you're kind of like, you know, I mean, especially if he got some offers already. Why come back and risk getting hurt again? And when you know you're going to go play college baseball. So, yeah, the Bombers is out. Westmore's out. Moore's out. But I just tell you, man, you know, get ready for the off season and try to get bigger, stronger, and get things right, because all three of those programs are programs that are top-notch programs in the state of Oklahoma, especially Midwest City, man. I'm telling you right now, if that job ever comes open, man, I would love to see a Bomber, a former Bomber that played there, went there, knows the tradition of the black and gold, knows the fight song, you know, to get them back to where they need to be, because what they're doing over at Carl Albert, what they're doing over at Dale City, Robert Jones, man, you know, I do this show every week, and I just tell you right now, that guy's hot. I mean, he's just really hot. I know we talk about him every week, and people say, man, you jumping up. No, the guy's hot, man.
He earned it.
I mean, you know, the guy loses his first game, and he rolls off, 9 games? I mean, you can't. I mean, granted, they win, you know, they won, you know, Thursday night, you know, against Lawton, but I just tell you, the guy's hot, you know, and if you keep winning like that, one of those Tulsa teams is going to come knocking on his door and try to bring him there, because, I mean, what he's doing, I mean, the guy is a defensive-minded coach, but, man, you know, he's doing good things on offense, too. So, you know, good luck to them Eagles, but we'll jump into that, you know, a little bit more. So, what else we got, Big E? Fired up on this Friday, chilly morning. It's football season, folks. We got the fireplace going. I don't know if you can see it because you got RT. He's 6'7", but we got the green going for the Longhorns. Hook 'em horns. But, hey, it's that time. I like when the fireplace come on. That tells you that's when you get to grab your lady, hold her tight at the game, and cuddle. Say, baby, we're going to go watch the game tonight.
Like that?
Like that.
You got some hot chocolate?
Hot chocolate.
With the marshmallows?
I don't do no marshmallows,
you don't
man.
Do that?
I'm not a marshmallow man.
Okay.
But, hey, I'll take some hot chocolate, some hot popcorn, and give me one of them big beef hot dogs. Folks, you know I like to eat. I love to eat. Ooh, wee, I love to eat. But ain't nothing wrong with that. Because every man needs to eat. Ain't
Yes,
that
sir.
right, Big?
Sir,
E is
that's
skinny over there. But give E, E's still 19. When I was 19, I was looking just like that too. Looking just like him. Had a little bit more muscles though, but I was looking just like him.
Yeah.
Telling me he didn't have that much swag though,
He
did
had
he?
that much swag. That's it.
Yeah.
He got that bomber hat on though.
Oh, okay.
It's not a bomber hat.
Okay.
You'll never see me wearing nothing bombers.
Oh, come on, Big E. Come on.
Why not?
Why? That's where the standard start is from. That's where the gold.
Uh-oh.
That's where the real gold came
Shots
from, Big
fired.
E. That's where the real gold came from,
Shots
Big
fired.
E.
Well, if we talk recently, where'd that gold go?
Hey. You don't want to get.
Where'd
this
that gold
started
go?
on this?
Where,
Hey.
I think the gold had vacated. I think
Oh.
the gold
you talking
vacated
about-
Get
over
'em,
the
E.
Choctaw.
You,
Get-
I think the gold ran out at Midwest City.
And then it kind of did it move over in China?
Yeah, let's get it 100.
Did it just transfer over?
That's a real story. E.
You set
No
yourself
comment.
up,
Hey,
E.
no
Y'all-
comment.
hey, y'all
No
both
comment.
told
Hey,
me.
don't
No
put it out there,
Y'all
E.
both told
Hey,
me.
you gonna have them tweet me
No,
tomorrow, E.
oh, man.
Talk about, hey, Tony, you talking about my team. I love you, Tom. I love you, Jacket. I still got you up there. Hey, that's E starting this. I ain't
Yeah.
started nothing.
Yeah.
I just said, hey,
comment.
that's where the real gold
No
come
comment.
from. Because when I was with the Bombers, we was a black and gold. Coach Carter, no, he a bomber. He might not act like it. So is JJ. They got that bomber blood in them. I'm just keeping it what? 100.
But yeah, a big game that we got in 6A2, and I think this probably be one of the top games across the state. Bixby at Booker T.
Woo-wee. Hey,
Ain't that
That's
a
a
way
big
to
game?
end it?
that's a big game. You know what?
For who?
Hey, Booker T puts this upset. Hey, it shakes some things up now. It can shake some things up, RT. Look at it. Look in your crystal ball and look at it.
Nah. It's
I
not
don't think
gonna
it
happen,
does.
man.
I think
It does because it'll put a tie. So, Booker T can probably get the 1 seed.
if they lose, if Booker T wins, they would.
No, they couldn't because they got
couldn't.
two losses.
They lost.
They lost the Choctaw.
They
so,
lost
yeah.
the Choctaw. So.
No, they wouldn't shake nothing up. It'd just be a big upset on Bigsby not having that 46 or 43rd or 44, whatever it is. So it'll hurt their winning streak. But no, everybody knows who's going to win that ball game.
Bixby.
Bixby.
I think it'll be close. I really do. I think it'll be a little bit close.
What
I say.
You don't want to do a chicken sandwich. The Wi-Fi
say-
already out. We don't need to do that.
I say close. It'll be closer than
Like,
most of their other
what kind of score
matchups.
you picking, Big E?
I mean, Bixby by 20, but that'll still be the lowest.
That beat them by
margin.
35-40.
Who will? Bixby?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So
Hey,
you
they
just
on a
trying to
mission,
get us
man.
fired up for
They on a mission,
Okay.
man. And I mean, Booker T don't have enough offense. I mean, Bigsby can pick their score against anybody. And I think the finals, I mean, playoffs is going to be fun,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
It's going to
Yeah.
be fun to cover because, hey, you're going to have some good some matches first round. You're going to have that Choctaw Deer Creek.
Man.
And I'm telling you, that's going to be a good game.
That's gonna be that's gonna
Deshaun
be great.
Brown against Sexton.
Yeah.
Woo!
I got Choctaw.
You got Choctaw?
I got Choctaw on that.
Why would you pick
Thank
Choctaw? And I'm just asking. I'm not being a hater or nothing. Why would you pick Choctaw? Deer Creek is hard to scheme for, man. They're just so hard because they don't just do one. You know how some teams run the ball, some teams throw the ball. Deer Creek's offense is just it's weird to scheme for.
Is Choctaw's not?
Nah, I mean Choctaw got 15. Latrell, baby, he gonna touch the ball 15, 20 times a game. Then when he ain't touching, gonna put it to little Juju's hand. And then when he ain't got it, they might let RJ catch 1 or 2, but then they're gonna put it in Lamarion's hand. Man, Deer Creek.
Oh no, Choctaw's got
you just
got some weapons that like you don't think that they'd come out there and then they're out there. Like Jack Smith, great receiver, he has great route running, great hands. He comes down with just about
Deer
everything.
Creek got
thrown
2
to
good
him.
corners over there that can lock you up man to man. Lock you up. Jam you.
Like that? Some of that Deion Prime?
So
Some of
just-
that, I don't know about
what
all
about-
that.
what
now.
about-
You doing too much.
Okay, and
hey,
then
I
Choctaw
will say
start
though,
running the ball and working
I will
out the
say I'm
slot.
gonna give Choctaw some love because I ran into Coach Porter the other day. Man, I was picking Zoe up from practice. He was coming down with his 2 twin boys, man, and I just told him, I said, "Hey, Coach, man, I ain't got there met you, but I respect you." And he said, "Hey, I respect you back." You know, he said, "I don't get into all that BS stuff, so I'm going to give Coach Porter some love because one thing I'm not going to do, I'm never going to fight with one of my own, and I feel he's one of my own, you know.
Yeah.
A lot of people might not like what I say or what I do on this show, but a lot of people don't like what I say or I do on the show because I keep it real.
Yeah.
If anything I've ever said, if anybody can call me at my numbers, I got 2 of them, and call me anytime and say, Tony, you was wrong on this. And if they want to call and tell me, we can debate. If I'm wrong, I will come on this show and admit that I was wrong. But I guarantee nobody's going to call me that because everything I got is the facts and the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. I have no reason to lie on nobody. I've never lied on me. I'm a big guy. I'm not saying I'm skinny. I'm a big guy. So I'm not lying. So I just keep it 100 here. So, but no, But I like to say though, man, Deer Creek's gonna be a good game. I think Deer Creek and Choctaw is gonna go down to. I just think they image each other.
Yeah.
One got a great offensive line, one got a great defensive line. You know, Deer Creek doesn't really got to get running back, but that quarterback is a good quarterback. I mean, he's 6'3", 6'4", 6'4", whatever. He's a big kid. He can see over the line. He throws the ball real good, and they run those. Think about it, man. They ain't got a bunch of great athletes over there that's gonna run by you. They're gonna run great routes. They got a bunch of Wes Walkers on their team.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's what you look at. Then they're going to hit you with that little running back. So, and you think about that big offensive line, they're going to open up holes. You know, they can contain Deshaun Brown. It's going to open up the game. I mean, yeah, you got Julius on the other side, but I just think, yeah.
The juice.
Okay. Yeah. But I'm saying I think it's going to be a good game. I'm not saying Choctaw's going to lose because if Choctaw do win, guess who they got next?
Del City.
Woo-wee!
Man.
Defense versus offense.
Hey,
Man.
and
That's
that's
another
two Carl
one of
Albert,
them,
two former Carl Albert students going against each other.
If we get
Both.
OSSA, if you're listening, if we get that Choctaw Del City matchup, please don't put it up there in Tulsa.
No, they're gonna put it. They got to put it on this side of the state.
Yeah,
they got to put it on this side of the state.
They have
Because
to.
last year was up in
Owasso.
So this.
They got to put it on this.
You know they're gonna have it there.
Mustang.
They're gonna have it at Santa Fe. That's that new stadium. Oh, they might have it at Memorial. Memorial Stadium's nice too.
Yeah.
We go.
I
Check
mean,
it
really.
out.
I mean, as long as
Hey,
I
they
don't
might
have to
even have
drive
that
an
Carl
hour and a half to Tulsa, I'm
Well,
cool.
since Western Heights is not playing games, have it there.
They ain't made no money all year. You might be on something right there, big
Hey,
RT.
man.
RT, you might be on to something.
Said it late,
right
but
there.
got it straight.
Said it late, but
Let's
got it
get
straight. Let's go. I like
You should
it.
be up there at OSSA. They might.
Man, OSSA ain't answering no phones, man. I tried to call him the other day.
Man.
I just want to call him and say, hey, what if I do if I move Zoe to this school and pack up and move her to this school, then pack up and move her to that school? I just want to get all my information straight before I did all that packing and moving. But I guess January 1st, it don't really matter no more, right?
Really?
That's what I'm hearing on the streets.
Really?
You can live anywhere and go where you want to go. That's what I'm hearing. My wife keep telling me
For
that.
everybody or just select schools?
I just think everybody, baby. So you can live in Tulsa and come play ball down here as long as you drive back to Tulsa. That's what I'm hearing.
Wow.
Goose, hey, you still ain't reached out to me, man. Reach out to us and talk to us, Goose. Tell us what's up.
Yeah. Moving on to 5A. Here's a good matchup right here. Ardmore at MacArthur.
MacArthur's real deal. They're going to win 5A state.
No, you thinking of McAllister, huh?
Oh, McAllister, I'm sorry. I keep getting them wrong.
MacArthur. I mean, they're a good team. They're undefeated right now.
Who?
Lawton Mack.
Lawton Mack.
Lod Mac.
Yeah. And
Everybody's playing for second. MacArthur's going to win state.
McAllister.
McAllister. You know what I mean. Keep correcting me one
But
more
no,
time.
I mean, this game will decide.
RT, you ain't got nothing to say. I'm just keeping it real.
Yeah, this team will whoever wins this game will lock up that first seed in the first district in 5A.
Negative.
But, hey,
That's
wait.
not true.
Talk to us because
Noble just beat Ardmore.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I see that right here. Okay.
So if Ardmore did beat Lawton Mack, then there's a three-way tie.
There's a three-way tie.
then
that
it
goes
will
to
go
the
to points.
Man.
But I just don't see it happening.
You
I
don't
think
see
Lawton
it?
Mack
Yeah.
will be the number one seed in that district. And who would they have? I think they may play Piedmont first round, something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll probably be Piedmont because Piedmont has, let's see, Piedmont
they
has
beat-
Woodward. So I mean, I don't know.
So you have.
Oh yeah, it'll be
Lod Mack.
Piedmont and then Carl. The only other team that's in the.
It'd be Lod Mac versus Piedmont, Pryor versus Bishop Kelly, McAllen versus either Sapopa, Glenpool, and Guthrie versus Ardmore. That'd be a good one, Guthrie versus Ardmore. Hey,
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, Guthrie had a tough game last week against Bishop McGinnis, and poor Bishop McGinnis, man. They're supposed to be the lucky of the Irish, right?
They've been so unlucky this
But
year.
I tell you, man, their luck don't run strong in overtime.
No.
So they need to finish business right before overtime because, hey, they 0-3, lost to Del City, lost to Carl Albert, then you just lost a tough one to Guthrie, which I think they went for 2 to win the game, didn't
Yeah,
they?
they did.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand. I talked to RT earlier in the week. I said, hey, I don't understand why Guthrie's not kicking no field goals. They didn't kick no field goals
Well, you
all
see
week.
what happened
I'm
when
not
they
sorry.
played Carl Albert. We blocked a few.
Bishop McGinnis didn't kick no field goals all week. So you figure a school like that, I have somebody that can kick or play soccer and all that. But, man, I think when you go for 2, man, I just think, I know people said ours is good, but I don't like it, especially on the end of the game. Hey, let's go tie the game up and let's go to another overtime because they might fumble the first time they get the ball.
Right.
So I think you play the odds like that. Let's play the game out and see what happens from there, though.
Yeah, for sure. Moving on to 4A. Really a couple good matchups in 4A this week. You got Blanchard at Tuttle. I think that'll be a really good game. Blanchard
good
just
game.
coming off a win against Hera.
That's a tough loss to Harry, man.
Yeah.
Coach Blink, we had him on the show, man, and I know he's all fired up. So no matter what, they might be able to get the third
Fourth
seed.
seed. Fourth
Yeah.
seed.
No matter what, they're
No
going
matter
to
what.
Yeah, they're already in. They got their spot locked in.
But even if they win,
Fourth seed.
they're going to
Well,
get the fourth seed.
They can get the third seed. I'm pretty sure if they beat Cushing.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, if they
Is that
beat
their last game?
yes,
that's their last
their
game.
last game is it's Cushing at Hera senior night. Those boys are gonna have a chip on their shoulder knowing it's senior night,
Cushing's
knowing
good.
that they can lock up the third seed.
What's Cushing's record? Are they undefeated or they lost one? I think they lost
Cushing
one.
has one loss.
Yeah.
So,
But that's
yeah,
not
if
a
they
district,
beat,
though, is it?
it is a
It
district.
isn't district. Who beat them?
Total.
Tuttle. Yep. So,
Ooh, so if Harry wins that game, they're gonna get a third seed then.
I think so because then the tiebreaker goes to that head-to-head matchup at that point. So, if I'm not
So-
mistaken.
So,
So,
they
yeah.
would play.
Yeah, because Harrow would be 5-2.
Yeah.
That would make Cushing 5-2.
that's a good
Tiebreaker, and then
head-to-head.
it'll go to that head-to-head matchup. So yeah. So if Harrow
Get you,
could,
E. I see you.
yeah. So if Harrow can win that game, they can get the third seed, and then that would get them matched up with. Man, we talked to Coach Bleak, and he said I can't remember which
It's tough because now, so District 1 and 2
district. Yeah.
play each other the first game.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first round, I'm sorry.
So if they get the third seed, that means they'll play Bethany, or it'll be the winner of Clinton and Bethany, which I think they play this weekend. And that game, whoever wins that game will have the first seed in that district. So
I tell you, I know we kind of jumped down to 4A, but I tell you, Carl Albert, they'll have El Reno, and Coweta have Tahlequah. I mean, those are some good matchups, man. If you go in first round of playoffs, man, you got to give it up to Shawnee, man. I mean, 5-6 weeks ago, I didn't think Shawnee had a chance to even get into playoffs. And Coach Tex has done a great job, getting those boys there. And I tell you, that Noble versus Bishop McGinnis, hey, that could be an easy upset.
That's
Noble
gonna
can
be
knock
nice.
them off, man. I'm telling you. Yeah. You can see, I mean, Collinsville is pretty good, but I don't know if Shawnee got enough to hang with them. So I would pick Collinsville in that. Coweta,
yeah.
Tahlequah,
I
I'm
got
going to go with Coweta.
Yeah.
Let's see, the
Coweta.
winner of that plays who? Carl Albert?
Yep.
Hey, that's a tough matchup. Second round, that's a second round matchup. They could easily be a finals matchup or a semifinal
Even
matchup.
that whole bottom side of that bracket is tough because you have Carl Albert, you have Coweta, you have Collinsville.
Yeah.
And then whoever wins all of that more than likely will play Lawton Mack or McAllister
In the third round?
in the
Semifinals?
state game.
Okay.
So for Carl Albert, El Reno, if they beat El Reno, Coweta. If they beat Coweta, Collinsville. Then when they get to the state game, it'll more than likely be out of McAllister or Lawton Mack.
Okay.
I think they can do it, honestly. I mean,
You think so?
I really do. I mean, they seem to have things rolling. I mean, they've had a few close games, and I think those close games that's what builds character and that's what builds a team.
Man,
like you have a game like that against Guthrie and come out on top. I mean, that team found out a lot about themselves that night, and I mean, I think. I say it all the time. You can never count Carl Albert out.
No. They find a way to win, man. That's the thing about that coaching staff, When you got that many guys that's been together that many years, man. I mean, granted, Dunn is the head coach, but you still got Coach Corley, Coach Johnson, Coach Cam, and the other guys on that staff that's doing what they do. So you can't never take nothing from them. They find a way to win, man. And you talk about magic. They got that CA magic going over there. So you're right. You can't count those guys out. But, when you had a 4-year starter like a quarterback like Ben Harris and some of the guys you have come through like a Jason Taylor, Rabbit, Jaden Poole, I mean, he's out there balling out in Employer State. And you got some of those guys that you had. I don't know if you have any type of guys like that. I think you got some guys coming up, the Washington kid. I think the Tayshawn kid, I think Carl Albert's going to be a team to compete. But next year you add Dale City, you add Midwest City to that 5A. So it's going to be tougher. So, if you want to go get that number 6, you better go get it this year because I think next year Dale City got so much coming back too. It's going to be, that 5A going to be hot. I'm just telling you. It's going to be real hot.
It will. It'll give Middale an opportunity to have all 3 teams in the semis.
Man,
Yes.
that'd be crazy.
Yes. But I tell you though, it's gonna be crazy because I think right now the Big 6A, I think it's jinx to win. I mean, I think Mustang's hot and they're doing some good things, but eventually that rabbit foot's gonna fall out of somebody's pocket, and guess what? They'll be going back to being Mustang. I think it's jinx to win again. I think small 6A. I think you should see the matchup of Dell City and Bixby. I think Dell City give Bixby a little bit of fit because they can run with them. I don't know if they have enough offense to keep up with them, but you can't count Tata. They've been there last year. You know, they want to get there again. You know, Corbin's record against Dell City is not very good, but he has knocked off Booker T a couple of times. He has knocked off some of the teams he wasn't supposed to knock off. So only guy that really has his number right now is you know, can't even say Stillwater because he knocked Stillwater off last year. Is Bixby, you know, and it's their last year going out, and I'm sure he would love to probably knock them out before they went up to Big 6A.
Yeah. Moving on to 3A. Man, I was super high on Holland Hall. You know, they got beat this past week.
Is that a chicken dinner for me?
Uh-oh.
Oh, man.
What's my chicken dinner?
Okay.
I bring my dinners, but nobody gonna show me their dinner.
You missed two of my dinners. You missed two of my dinners.
Hey, Zoe! Put him a chicken dinner in the microwave. We even got some Polynesian sauce, too.
That's Chick-fil-A.
I know, but
I like that Polynesian sauce.
it's the same thing. You put that Polynesian sauce over there.
Okay.
We put one in the microwave. We put one in
Okay.
what's that thing that you turn on and everybody got one?
The air fryer?
Air fryer, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, you put your French fries back in those, man. You good. Yeah. They ain't soggy.
But so Holland Hall takes the loss to Verdigris in a really close game, 7-12.
That's a good game. Good ball game.
Yeah. Yes, it was a big time defensive game. So as it sits right now, there is a 3-way tie in District 3A4, and all three of those teams. I mean, we could be looking at a 3-way tie at the end of it because you got Holland Hall playing Inola, which hasn't won a game this year, and then I think Holland Hall get the win there, and then you got Berry Hill playing Manford. Manford's sitting at 2-4 right now, or in district. They're sitting at 2-4 in district. And then you got Verdigris, who's always also 5-1, and they play Veneta. That's probably the closest matchup. That's a little 3 seed versus 4 seed as it sits right now.
That's a good
but
setup.
If all three teams win this weekend, it will be a 3-way tie for that first spot, and it'll go down to points. And
who has the most points?
It's not showing me right now. I think there's something wrong with OSSA's website. Let's see if I can reload it here. Which, I mean, the point says what they're sitting at right now ain't going to be the same at the end of the night. So, it won't show me right now. But we won't know the points until after tonight's games. And then we got, let's see, Heritage Hall sitting pretty at top of their division. Just I mean,
they're going to win it.
Yeah, they're going to win it.
It's theirs.
Yeah.
It's theirs to win. Actually, it's theirs to lose.
Yeah, they got that wide receiver that's committed to Texas Tech. Little Wes Welker story. Little fast receiver going to Texas Tech. Went from Heritage Hall. I mean,
well, he might not be going now.
Oh yeah, they just fired
lost their coach.
Yeah.
And that's something I want to talk to RT about, man. You see some of these guys that's committed to some of these schools or going to some of these schools. TCU, you know, they lose their coach. A guy that's been there forever. You know, Gary Patterson's a great coach. Don't know what happened, you know, especially when it's the middle of the year and you don't finish your year out and they fire you. I mean, you know, I don't know if that's a lot of him to say, hey, I'm done with this, throw my hands up, be out the door. But if a young man that's, you know, supposed to go sign there, and Aaron, you might be able to help me out because, I mean, I know you got a kid going there. Is it scary for the kid? Because, you know, it happened with Rabbit because, you know, he was supposed to go to Utah State. That staff ended up
and you get
leaving.
new coaches come in and they have their own view on things. They have their own kids that they say that, you know, this would be a better fit from what I'm looking for.
Yes. Yeah.
And they may not honor what was previously offered verbally. If you haven't signed on that dotted line, it's always that risk with anything in life.
Yeah.
So how does that happen then? That kid just goes back to open. Is he open to go anywhere?
And that's I'm glad you asked that because this is why it's important for you for these parents and athletes. It's all about building relationships. Just because you are fully committed to a school, never burn the bridges of the other schools. Just don't say, hey, here's my commitment. Before you post that on Twitter and announce who you're committed to, at least reach out to those coaches just like they reached out to you to give you that offer to say, hey, coach, I appreciate everything at this time. What's best for me based on talking to my family or however you do it. We're going to go ahead and go this route. I appreciate everything you've done for me. Wish you the best of luck. And if things don't work out, I may be reaching out to you to see if that offer is still available later down the road.
You know what happened in that situation? Like, that's how Caleb Williams landed at OU. You know, OU had they had offered and had a commit from somebody named Brock Vandegrift, who was committed to OU. Committed really early. I think he committed before his junior year, and then after his senior year, he flipped his commitment to Georgia. Wanted to stay closer to home, so he flips his commitment to Georgia, and then that's when OU reaches back out to Caleb Williams, like, "Hey, that quarterback spot here is open for a recruiting class." And
I
now
think
look,
they got lucky.
Hey, it's a win-win for OU.
yeah, for sure.
Win-win.
But kind of a side note, but I don't know if this is true or not, but I heard that Caleb Williams' parents came out and said even if he was not offered a scholarship, he was still willing to come to OU and walk on. So,
who would not give that kid a scholarship?
exactly.
That's the thing that's wrong with some of these recruiting guys. They don't see everything. Caleb Williams, and I told somebody this the other day, and I'm going to ask you guys the same question. Caleb Williams is a quarterback that played back in the early, probably late 89s through the 90s and wore the number 12. But Caleb Williams plays like him. Everybody say Baker Mayfield. Everybody say Kyler Murray. But that's not who he is. Can you guess who that quarterback is?
Cale Gundy.
No. He was an NFL quarterback.
NFL 12?
Or number 12, black dude, played for the Eagles.
Randall
Cunningham.
Okay.
Some of the stuff that Caleb Williams does, the spin, and he gets out, he throws the ball sideways. Randall Cunningham made a living, a killing doing that, playing with Keith Jackson. And I just think that's who Caleb Williams is, man. He's not like a lot of other college quarterbacks. The kid is smart. The kid is intelligent. He sits in the pocket. That's what puts him apart from everybody. He'll be a number one pick because he sits in the pocket. He understands the game. He studies the game. He's just not a good athlete. He's a quarterback. Yeah. He is. He's a QB.
Good point.
He's a QB1. I mean, and Randall Cunningham was probably one of your first black African, quarterbacks. You had Doug Williams, and then you had
Randall would have done a lot better if they had the RPO back in his
day.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
And they had Warren Moon, but Randall Cunningham to me is, he went and played for the Minnesota Vikings. They had a chance to go to the Super Bowl and didn't make it. But I think that's who Caleb Williams is. I think his game is built like Randall Cunningham.
All right. That's a little bit before my time. That's why I said you said 12, and I thought of OU quarterbacks.
So
and I thought Cale Gundy. My bad. I didn't know you was talking NFL.
NFL, baby. Randall Cut. Google him. You probably know what he looked like.
Yeah.
That's your home.
I've watched some highlights for sure. I know who he is. Not you said it, but yeah. Let's see. Moving. We already talked a couple about these 3A games.
Yeah.
So 2A. Let's just see how their playoff standings are looking right now.
Some of those lower classes, it's a nice game.
Yeah, it's a nice game to
determine everything.
Because you're still looking at Bethel. They got beat last week by what's that? Community Christian. I think that's who they got beat by. I'm not sure. Might be the wrong team. But they got beat 13-0. But that's good for Coach. Coach Ginn. I mean, he still got those guys right there that played it tonight against Purcell. That should be another tough game. I mean, it's not gonna be no layup. So he got his work cut out tonight. But if he can get that win tonight, that'll put him at 8 wins through the season. Finish him at 8-2. That's not a bad year, man. I'm just telling you, 8-2 is not a bad year. And you lost to some guys that you lost to a couple of teams. I mean, the teams you lost to are teams a little bit better than you. So, hats off to Coach Ginn. I know we got you up there tonight. You ain't on the table. The Longhorns made it because they made me a helmet. But good luck to you tonight. I think you can knock off Purcell. I mean, they're a good team, but you got to bring the 8. So they might put him at the number 3 seed. I don't know if he's the number 4 seed, and if he is the number 4 seed,
the game tonight will determine whether they're third or fourth.
I tell you this though, if he's the 4th seed, you don't want to see him first round. You're a number 1 seed.
Yeah, absolutely.
What else you got, Big Geek?
Man, I mean, we could talk about the Class A games, but I mean, there's so much going on.
So many going on. We'll talk about that when they get down to the semifinals.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just so. I mean, you will be here all night talking about those Class A's and stuff like that.
Unless someone from one of those Class A schools got a good story for us, a great athlete they would like for us to recognize.
Absolutely,
tap in.
Hey, one thing I will want us to do here in the next couple of weeks, so I like for us to start talking about coaches of the year and players of the year. And then give us
for each class.
maybe 1, 2, 5, 8, 6.
Coach Jones, man.
Coach. I think Coach Jones there. You got to still look at Bigsby's coach. I know Montgomery's a great coach. You got to look at him. I don't know anybody else in 5A that's hot as him, but I think those two guys and Bishop is because he keeps those guys old and ready to go, man. If you see his Twitter page, they're lifting weights on Saturday mornings while most people are still in bed or get ready to get up and eat hot cakes and eggs. He's out there lifting weights. So that sets his team apart from everybody else because I think next year when they move up to 6A, they're still going to compete. I don't think they'll go undefeated. I think they'll lose a game or two, but I think they'll still compete for the gold ball.
Yeah, sure. Man, with that, I mean, there's really not much else to talk about, really, as far as high school football goes. I mean, with heading into the football playoffs, basketball season's right around the corner. So here, I mean, after football season wraps up here in about a month, we'll start talking about basketball, boy and girl, some of those winter sports.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
speaking of basketball,
yeah. Oh yeah.
You see the news about OSU?
Yep.
No, what happened?
Basically, something that happened. Oh. I think Rondell was like a sophomore when it actually happened. The coach, Lamont something, did something that he should not have done. I think it came up to like a couple of $300 or so. And Coach Boynton, who's one of the best coaches out there, not just because, he can coach really well, but because of the hearts that he touched of those young men.
Yes, sir.
He got any of those guys. I mean, even some of the football players will go to war for him. But it's unfortunate that they will not be eligible for the Big 12 tournament as well as the NCAA tournament.
Man.
And, you get a lot of these guys who was looking forward to that. And, that's some of your motivation at the end of the year and more opportunity to showcase your talent and what you're about. And that's just some of your dreams and some of those guys who were actually – it's their senior year. So let's go back, like you said, at Western Heights. Some of those kids don't get to play. Well, in this situation, all I have is regular season. And that's why it's important for these kids at all levels. Play every game as if your last game because you never know what will happen.
Yeah, it's a tough situation, with Rondell Walker, to stand out from Putnam City, West, coach under, Lenny Burt, City Bomber, won a couple state championships when he was there, has done a great job with PC West basketball. Football Coach Burt, AD Coach Burt, you got to get them boys turned around, I know you got a lot of talent on that basketball court, but you need to get some of them guys to go play some football because, boy, those guys are getting beat up. But I got faith in you, and everybody know PC West is a basketball team. But, Rondell is kind of hanging there, man. You don't want kids to pick up and transfer out. But I think it's just
I don't
this
think
year.
They ever will, not for Boynton.
You think this is just this year? Or
Yeah.
Yeah. So, hopefully, he can get things worked out. He needs a red shirt this year, whatever we need to do, to keep
last year was a
attack.
free year.
Yeah. So,
So,
he can,
this year just be freshman year.
yeah, I'm going to say he can still red shirt, though. But I know basketball, you want to be 1 or 2 and done and going on to the next spot.
Right.
You have a chance to both play the NBA. Guys, a workhorse. Kids, comes from a good family. Tracy, that's a workout freak. So, good luck to him and the OSU Cowboys this season.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, guys, anything else before we wrap this up? Because I tell you, man, next week will get hot because we'll get in the playoffs, man. We'll find out what Carl Albert is going to finish out. They're going to finish up 8-2, Don's first year. Is Robert Jones going to finish up 9-1 his first year? Corbin's on the road to Bartlesville right now. All these people can sit there and say they're not planning for their playoff person. Yes, you are. But don't overlook nobody because that could be the night you get beat and, hey, you're going home.
Yeah.
And you ain't getting to go to the next round. Everybody thinks there's a Cinderella team, but only one guy can win that at each class. But I think, like I said, I'm going to give it to Jinx, Big 6A.
Jinx.
Small 6A, going to look at Bigsby. 5A, I'm going to look at, I've been getting the school wrong all day. McAllister.
Carl Albert.
No. But, yeah, Carl Albert could be right there. But I'm going to go with McAllister. 4A.
I got Tuttle in 4A.
Tuttle 4A.
Yep.
3A.
Heritage Hall.
Yep.
2A.
2A. Man, I don't even know who's at that. Was it Washington?
Washington
or
I think
Washington or
Bethel.
Bethel.
Coach Ginn's going to get the job done. Go, Coach Ginn. Go take care of business.
Yeah.
Well, anything else before we close this show out? Another great episode of Keeping It 100. Oklahoma High School Sports with my man Big RT and my man Big E. I'm sorry, my man RT and my man Big E. I tell you, we keep bringing it, folks. Sorry we got it out late. When you have long shows like that, it takes a long time.
Yeah, it takes a long time for it to upload.
So, we're going to try to keep the short and sweet. Don't want to lose your attention, but we just want you to keep watching the show because, hey, you won't get to see our pretty face if you're not watching. You want to just hear our voice, I don't know what to tell you, but it's probably better off looking at us.
Yeah, make sure that y'all are liking, subscribing, sharing the video.
Sharing it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, we're in it for to publicize other kids and put them put them on a pedestal and highlight them and what they're doing, and that's our biggest thing. And then we like the feedback, so keep tweeting at us, comment on the videos. I mean, we love hearing from everybody. So with all that being said, we will see you guys next week, and that is it for Keeping It 100.
Keeping It 100. What?
Oklahoma High
School Sports.
See ya.